Hey guys, it's Crash here. Just about to sit down and edit season number 2 of the Franchise Masters. We're currently in the Minnesota Wild portion of the challenge, and I have confirmed something that I will address in the video is a small technical glitch that actually basically what happened was I've got a larger monitor over here. I moved OBS to my smaller monitor, which I normally have, so I can have full gameplay on the bigger monitor. And when I moved OBS, the resolution changed. So the actual gameplay is going to suck for about 2/3 of this video. I wanted to jump on here. I want to apologize. It's not necessarily the standard I want to hold myself and my content to, but I wanted to get content out there. And with this challenge, I want to be open and honest with you. There is a season 3 coming as well, and I'm not going to not release this video because of what happened and not show the journey of this challenge. So I am aware that the video is a little messed up on this one. Again, I do apologize. I'm going to hold myself to a better standard going forward for anybody who's hit that subscribe button, anybody who shares this video. You deserve better. Now that that's out of the way, let's get to it. Season 2, Minnesota Wild, right now. Hey guys, it's Crash, and it's Season 2 of the Minnesota Wild of the Franchise Masters. We made it to the Stanley Cup in Season 1, and we're making a second video. We didn't win the Stanley Cup. We lost in 5 to the Buffalo Sabres. We've got a pretty decent team. We need to get this team just that much better. We're heading into the draft. We're heading into free agency. Let's see what we can do in this offseason to make this team a Stanley Cup champion. So here we are at the entry draft. I want to make sure that we take a look at our contracts before we get in there. Dadonov is the biggest issue. We do have contracts out to Tierney, Tanev. Let's see who else. The other guys are kind of just filler at this point. JT Brown, not really going to make that squad. Chara, I believe he wanted too much money. I think he wanted like 4. Yeah, we're not going to be able to afford Chara. And Dadonov at 4... wants 7.575. We do have the cap space-ish. Let's see what happens at the draft. If we can get a good package for Dadonov, which we won't because he's a UFA. If we can move these guys, though, for picks and free up some cap space, we might be able to do some damage in free agency. We have a really good roster. We made it to the Stanley Cup Finals. We just couldn't close the door. So let's see what we can do here. Georgiev is back. Tierney is back. Tanev is back. And we didn't try and trade Dadonov and Chara, so we're going to lose them practically for nothing. Like, I know what this is going to need. And I'm hoping it's a second. There we go. That's fine. We got them off the books. Let's grab those first. It'll help us with the trade market going forward. So let's make a play on Pietrangelo and on Taylor Hall. Taylor Hall is on the squad, and I can see we have landed Alex Pietrangelo. We have got the 2 big fish in the free agency pool on this squad. We'll add that 3rd. So what they wanted, and we shed a little bit more cap. Kind of. Of course, Tyler Bertuzzi's been offer sheeted. 6235. So we got to come up with more money. We're going to remind in 6 days. Gaten Haas is here. Crokin. Okay. 2 seconds from the Kings. A 1st and a 3rd from Montreal is what we're going to accept. They wanted him. They got him. We have the salary cap. We're going to match the offer. Petrovic's in. A 1st and 3/3 for Henry Yokiharu brings him to the squad. And we should be okay roster-wise. I kind of don't want to move the 1st if we're going to move actual players that they should be able to sign. And we don't need to. So Lindblom Mikhaev, who are both RFAs that we weren't going to be able to sign. And 2/3 and a 1/4. And we bring in John Merrill. Let's advance to next season. If we get him, we get him. If we don't, we don't. Got him. Hunter Warner's back on the squad too. I don't think it's the second. It's probably a 3rd or a 4th. We have one in the past with 5-3-3-3. Not quite getting the best synergies out of the squad, but on the same token, we have a very solid lineup the way that it's set up. So where I'm running right now, Van Riemsdyk, Stahl, Zuccarello. We've got Taylor Hall, Jonathan Drouin, Teravainen, Bertuzzi, Tierney, Tuck, Prokhorkin, Haas, Reeves. On defense, we've got Giordano, Sanheim, Pietrangelo, Pesci, Merrill, Yoki-Haru. And we still have Carter Hart and Georgiev on the back end. Let's sim our first month. Right now, our chemistry's at 73% to start the season. Looking good to start. Let's send our scouts out, and then we'll start simming the rest of the way. Halfway through, we start off at 4-2. We make that 4-3 with a loss to San Jose, but we make up for it with a win against the Arizona Coyotes. We finish the month at 8-3, 3 wins, actually make it 4 wins in a row. That Arizona Coyotes win, a win against the Florida Panthers in the shootout, and back-to-back wins against the Ottawa Senators and the Boston Bruins. Leading scorer, once again, is James Van Riemsdyk. He led all season on this squad last year. 9 points. Alex Tuck with 8. 8 for Pietrangelo. Bertuzzi with 8. Tierney, Stahl, Zuccarello, 7, 7, and 6. Let's take a look at them goalies. Good to see Tuxkey getting points early on. Carter Hart, 6-3 with a 9.20, 2.19. Georgiev, 2 starts, 9.51, and a 1.5 goals against average. Georgiev is insane in this game. Sim another month. Let's get through November. Points in the first 3 games. Shootout loss to the Hurricanes still got us 1 point. Wins against Buffalo, New Jersey, Vancouver, St. Louis, New Jersey. We lose in regulation on the 17th for the first time this month. We don't get a point against the Philadelphia Flyers. We finish the month on a loss. Only 1 of 3 losses the entire month. That loss coming at the hands of the Anaheim Mighty Ducks. The 17th, we talked about the Philadelphia Flyers with that first regulation loss. Wins the rest of the way, puts us at 20 wins, 5 losses, and 1 overtime loss. Van Riemsdyk, 28 points in 26 games. 15 goals, 13 assists. Taylor Hall up there as well with 25 points. Eric Stahl, your first line, your first 3 scoring leaders. Pietrangelo with 24. Looks like our buddy Alex Tuck did drop. He did get 6 points in the month, though, which on the third line isn't too shabby. Goalies, 12, 3, and 1 for Carter Hart. 1 shutout, a 9.20, 2.24 goals against average. Georgiev coming down kind of into respectable numbers instead of insane numbers, but still at 9.13 and 2.53 is pretty darn good considering the fact 8 wins, 2 losses. I'm optimistic. 79% morale. Let's get through the rest of 2020. We've got points through every game the first half of the month. The 16th, the Edmonton Oilers. I jinxed it. Back-to-back losses to the Oilers and the Avalanche. But we pick up back-to-back wins against the Predators and the Rangers. We only lose 9 overall games in 2020. Season 2, 31-7-2. Heading into January of 2021. 43 points for Van Riemsdyk. Still leading the way. 43 for Stahl, 39 for Taylor Hall, Zuccarello with 34, Pietrangelo with 34, Teravainen with 32, Drouin with 30. 22-5-1, 9-18, 2-2-6, and a 9-13, 2-6-3 for Georgiev. 9-2-1 with 1 shutout. 2 shutouts for Carter Hart so far on the season. It's a solid team. Have I built too strong of a team? There is the possibility of that. 3 wins to finish off the month against the Red Wings, the Predators, and the Blues. Gets us to 38-9-4 heading into February. Taylor Hall taking over your point lead, mainly because he is getting first-line minutes. Van Riemsdyk going down to third. Stahl with 52. 49 for Van Riemsdyk. Zuccarello up there as well. Pietrangelo. Teravainen is probably... If we can move Teravainen for a forward, for a center, who can play second line, we can move Drouin for Ovechkin. We just picked up Alexander Ovechkin. I think I'd rather have Tuck if I can get him back for... Not quite that. It's going to take a little bit more. I'm hoping that move doesn't bite us in the butt down the road. But I feel like this is a great roster. I feel like we've won with rosters like this in the past. So I'm not sure where we ended up. Looks like there was a little bit of a technical glitch. Hopefully I'm able to save some of this, but... So we're at the trade deadline. We've had a great season so far. Our roster that we're going to run with the rest of the way: Taylor Hall, Eric Stahl, Matt Zuccarello, Ovechkin, Drouin, James Van Riemsdyk, Tyler Bertuzzi, Chris Tierney, Alex Tuck, Prokhorkin, Haas, Reeves. On defense, we got Giordano and Sanheim, Pietrangelo and Pesci, Merrill, and Yoki Haru. Let's run the rest of the way here. I'm not sure what happened to the view there. That was bizarre. Let's get through February. We're going to gas past the trade deadline here. I'm expecting a few losses at the beginning, mainly because we have made some major moves. We're going to hit 40 wins before the trade deadline. We may actually get close to 50. That's our 10th loss of the season, February 10th. Regulation loss. This team may be too disgusting. This team may be too disgusting. We actually get a shootout loss. 48-11-5 through February. Taylor Hall is still your leading scorer. We're going to take a look and see how Ovechkin's done on the roster. He is a second in scoring. Since coming over in trade, he's 13 points, 13 games. -2 plus-minus. But still, we had to get Ovechkin. I love Ovechkin. James Van Riemsdyk has been falling down in scoring since that trade. Since moving down to the second line. 37-9-3, 9-12, 248. Goaltending has been decent. Did we make this team too disgusting, or is this our version of Deke's New York Islanders? Let's run the rest of the way here. We will hit 50 wins. 60 is a possibility. There's our 50th win against the Dallas Stars. We're 3 wins away from 60. We get 1 against the Oilers. 1 against the Ducks. 4 games to go. There it is. 60 wins against the Pittsburgh Penguins. 3 games to go. And we win out 63, 13, and 6. One of the best records I've had in the Masters Challenge to date. Taylor Hall is your leading scorer on the team. 89 points, 48 goals, 41 assists. Right behind him is Alexander Ovechkin, who in his brief time with our team, 32 points, 31 games. Looked like it was pretty much par for the course. He was close to point per game on Washington. He does end up with 54 goals on the season. Stahl with 85, 75 for Pietrangelo, Zuccarello with 73, Van Riemsdyk with 70. Still nothing to shake a stick at, that's for sure. Your goalies. 50 wins for Carter Hart. Jesus, 66 games he got into. 916, 238, 908, 263 for Georgiev. A 50-win season for Carter Hart. Morale's at a 79. And I do believe as well that's going to put us in good shape for the President's Trophy by 16 points. 8 wins. Toronto Maple Leafs in second place. The Golden Knights, Calgary Flames all strong as well. We will head to the Stanley Cup playoffs for the second year in as many seasons. And we will get the San Jose Sharks in season number 1. And we'll get the San Jose Sharks in round number 1. We've got them by offense by 6 points. We've got them in defense by 4 points. And we got them in goaltending by 2. That means absolutely nothing as far as the EA sim goes. We simmed the first 3. That's a win. That's a win. It's an overtime loss. We're up 2-1. Can we make it 3-1 in Game 4? That's a win. We will sim Game 5. We'll take a look. 2-1 San Jose after 1. Prokhorkin with our only goal. Dubinsky and Couture for them. Still 2-1 after 2. Evander Kane makes it 3-1. We have got an epic comeback on our hands if we can make it happen. Brett Burns gets a 1 for them. It is over. 4-1. We still lead 3 games to 2. We will quick sim Game 6. And we're done with the San Jose Sharks. We eliminate them in 6. We now go on to face the Colorado Avalanche. Match up a little bit better. We still have them on offense. We're tied with defense. And goaltending, we do have an edge by 5 points. That's a win. That's a loss. That's a win. We are up 2 games to 1. Can we make it 3-1? We can. We've outscored them 13-1 in the last 2 games. 1-0 Colorado after 1. Still 1-0. Shots are pretty much tied. JD Compher makes it 2-0. Ovechkin on the power play makes it 2-1. We're down by 1 goal with 13 minutes to go. Jost makes it 3-1. And we're going to lose this one. We're 0 for 2 when we watch the sim. But we are up 3-2 in the series. We'll calendar sim Game 6. It worked last time. Is it going to work again for us? No. Game 7. Colorado up 1-0 after 1. Mikko Rantanen. 3-0. We're going to get eliminated in Game 7 in the second round. We need a miracle. We need an absolute miracle here. Down by 2 with 8 minutes to go. We are eliminated in Game 7 in Round 2. Season 2 of the Minnesota Wild. We improved the roster. We had an epic run during the regular season. But it doesn't matter what happens in the regular season. It's in the playoffs that counts. Zuccarello led the way with 18 points. We're going to sim to the draft. Toronto Maple Leafs end up winning the Stanley Cup. They beat Boston in 7. That was a strong team. I was very happy with how that team looked on paper. As I said last video too, I'd rather lose in the first or second round than make it all the way to the Stanley Cup finals and lose. That was a little rough though. A little rough. They did take on the Calgary Flames. So the Calgary Flames would have beat the Colorado Avalanche. Sidney Crosby picking up the Art Ross in the Hart Memorial. Pietrangelo picks up the Norris for your Minnesota Wild. Kucherov, the Lady Byng. Bloodoff, your Calder Memorial. Conn Smythe went to Willie Nylander. Carter Hart with the Vezina and the William Jennings. Back-to-back seasons for both trophies. Bill Masterson goes to Nurse. Vigor picks up the Jack Adams. Kopitar with the Frank J. Selke. Ted Lindsay going to Sidney Crosby. And Alexander Ovechkin picking up the Maurice Richard trophy. Just a quick look at the contracts that we're going to have to deal with here as well. Eric Stahl is looking for a new contract. Sanheim, Yoki Haru are the big 3 that we're going to have to worry about. He wants 7. He is not coming back. As much as I want to keep as many Minnesota Wild as I can't afford 7 next season. Travis Sanheim wants 5. That might be a little tough too. Yoki Haru wants 4. We might be in tough here to maintain those 3. We may be very in tough to maintain those 3 players. Tuck did improve, which I'm glad to see. But we have got a bunch of players. We almost have 3 $10 million players coming up this season, which is going to be very tough to maintain. Giordano might be on the block. I want to keep Bertuzzi, but we'll have to see how everything shakes down heading into season 3. So that's it. We went from Stanley Cup to second round with the Minnesota Wild. We definitely improved this roster. We had a major improvement in the regular season, but it does come down to playoffs, and we just could not get out of that second round. We couldn't find really any consistency. 6 games in the first round against the San Jose Sharks, and 7 games against the Colorado Avalanche, which is where we ended up losing, and we lost 2 games in a row to lose that series. We've got some cap issues. We're going to have to see how everything shakes down. Season 3 is going to be the next one with the Minnesota Wild. Make sure you hit the follow or subscribe button, the notification button, all these buttons all over here. Yeah, hopefully you got to see all of this video too. I noticed halfway through that there were some technical issues that I'm going to have to play around with. You're going to have to take my word for it. Everything's on the up and up. I'm not going to cheat at my own challenge, or Deke's challenge for that matter as well. Yeah, season 3. We're going to have to get at it. Guys, thanks for checking out this video. We'll see you on the next one.